I just wanted to show you this because I think you're all familiar with, certainly I know many of you are familiar with, we developed things, indicators like this, this is really where it started, the currency strength indicator, which breaks the market down into the individual currencies. And it gives you a sense of which currencies are overbought, which ones are oversold, which ones are rising strongly, and which ones are falling strongly, and which ones are going nowhere. We extended that into the world of cryptocurrencies with the CCSI. So the first one was the currency strength indicator. This is the cryptocurrency strength indicator. Exactly the same principles, and the principles we used were overbought and oversold. In this case, against one cryptocurrency, which is Tether, which is the red line, and all these other cryptocurrencies, and you can select any number you choose and any combination. You just simply go up to the settings here. Oh, sorry. Let's just go here. You go to the settings in here, and you can choose your own cryptocurrency pairs of choice, and then you can match them accordingly. And of course, you can have multiples. You don't have to have one. So you can have a whole range of these across various timeframes and across various cryptocurrency pairs as well. I happen to have them on 1, 3, and 5. But the principle is exactly the same, where we're looking at strength of a market. Now, what we've also done since then is we've moved that concept into the MSI, which is the market strength indicator. And perhaps if I start with this one first, the market strength indicator, you can apply literally any instrument that you can think of that may be on your dashboard. In this case, I've got currency futures, so I've attached this to the Dow Jones, which is the blue line here. And on top of that, I've then got the 3 other indices. I've got the ES, I've got the NQ, and I've got the Russell, each of those denoted with a different colored line. And the same here, this is on 1 minute, this is on 2 minute, and this is on 3 minute. And in much the same way as for the current cryptocurrency strength indicators, these 3 or 4, necessarily all 4, but pretty much 3, the primary 3 sisters, the NQ, the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, and the Dow, will tend to follow one another around. Not always. We do get divergence from time to time. We get divergence where the Dow, for example, may be performing strongly, and where technology, primarily the NASDAQ 100 is technology or stocks, and technology in general will not be doing so well. So you will see divergence from time to time, but typically they will tend to follow one another around, although not always. And I've got the Russell on here, and perhaps the Russell is the one that stands out most because the Russell is very much high risk. It's a basket. It's an area that we trade very heavily ourselves on an intraday and shorter term basis, trading those stocks which have very, very high volatility, will move rapidly on the day to deliver, and they'll deliver to the upside. And of course, they also deliver to the downside. So it's a very high risk area of stock investing and trading, but it's very profitable if you get it right. We've been doing that for a long, long time. So we understand the risks very well. But the market strength indicator can be used for anything. Now, in this scenario, I've used it for, as I say, for the index futures. And it just gives you a sense of when an index future is reaching either a potentially overbought situation or an oversold situation. So it helps you in terms of picking those times when the index is about to reverse, and therefore you can get in early in much the same way as you can with all the others, the currency strength indicator and also the CCSI, the cryptocurrency strength indicator, looking for opportunities to get into a position early and take advantage of the trend before it's even started. That is the huge takeaway, if you like, from all of these instruments, is identifying a potential opportunity to get into a trend early before that trend has got underway. In other words, when the instrument, whether it's a future, whether it's a stock, whether it's an ETF, whether it's a bond, whether it's a currency, is at an overbought or oversold condition. And really, that's what the indicator gives you. It then gives you a sense of the strength, because as you can see here, we've got some pretty strong trends rising across the piece, across these 4 indices. And from it, it gives you a sense of how strong that momentum is. Is this a strong momentum, a strong trend, or is it a weak trend? So that's with index futures. We then move on to the next one. And what I've done here is I've put a mixture on this one. We've got an ETF, which is the UUP, which is the bullish fund for the dollar. I've then put some currency futures on this middle one. These are all different time frames, forgive me. They're not to demonstrate anything particularly other than to show you that you can pretty much attach anything you wish. So as I say, this is an ETF. In the center panel here, we have currency futures, which work as you would expect in much the same way as the currency strength indicator when applied to spot markets, but the results will be exactly the same. And finally over here, I've got gold. Anna was talking about the gold chart. What I've got here is I have just applied, just to keep it simple, I've just got the GC contract. And again, it's there to give you an idea, a perspective on when that instrument, in this case gold, is reaching an overbought up here. We go back down into oversold. We come back up here, all the way back up into overbought. We then reverse back down again. And now we're looking to, as though we're trying to trend higher from this oversold situation. So again, it gives you those two concepts, those two ideas. First of all, to try and identify potential turning points which can be so profitable. When you're looking at a reversal, you are getting into that trend early. If you're trading gold or any instrument, you are looking for that opportunity to get on the trend before it starts, because that is where you can maximize any profit that is going to be delivered from the strength of that trend, because you've got in early. Equally, what it also tells you is when it's rising very strongly like this, it's telling you this is a strong trend. You know, we may not have decided, for whatever reason, we don't want to trade reversals. That's fine. You want to wait for the trend to start. This one is a little bit more choppy. It's not going at such a steep angle, and it's also got these little secondary pullbacks, which in Wyckofian terms, if this is our primary trend, this is a secondary reversal. This is a secondary trend against what is the primary trend at the moment, which is bullish for gold. So I just wanted to tie that into this short live stream with Anna focusing on gold. You can apply gold to the market strength indicator. You can apply any other commodity you wish. It could be soft commodities, it could be other metals. For example, you could have gold and you could have silver. If you're trading one, you'd quite like to see what the other one's doing, because generally, like many other things, they tend to move in lockstep. And of course, the other thing you want to have somewhere up there on the MSI is to have a dollar, to have a view on the dollar, because if the dollar's falling, commodities generally will rise and vice versa. And that applies universally, whether you're trading oil, energy, softs, whatever it may be, exactly the same way. So you want to have an eye on the dollar as well. I'm going to stop there and pass back to Anna. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen.